Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT network, as well as our own channel, Broncos Buzz on YouTube. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, his comments, my comments, your comments in the chat. We are Broncos Buzz. All right. Before we get into anything, guys, thank you so much for chiming in the comments, for watching, for supporting. If you have not supported, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and tell all your friends, your relatives, your enemies. Don't matter. Just tell them. Tell them to tune in because we welcome everybody. You could be a Broncos fan. You could be a Redskins fan. Commanders. You could be a Chiefs fan. You could be a Raiders fan. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why? We are an equal opportunity show, and that's how we are. Spence, before we get into anything, how the heck was your weekend or weekend? How the heck was your week?
Week was good. It rained. It cooled down a bit. I mean, the desert heat is gone for now. I think we're on to fall, which means football, which means better weather, which means less anger from my wife because it was over 100 degrees. So I'm bring it on. I'm ready for the fall season. How you doing, Bill?
Well, I'll tell you what, my week was really good until today. I was at work and, working at a golf course. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but put it this way. If you have your own cart, you have your own single cart, and you want to have your own single cart, but you don't want to pay the addition. It's a whole bit. Anyways, so don't go to a restaurant as a single person because they might put you into a table with another person. Just saying. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at a restaurant, but it does happen at a golf course, which is totally wrong. Anyways, then I had to go to the DMV. So I've had a day, dude. I've had a day, but it's all good. It's all. You know why it's all good? Because we're here and we're doing sports. We're having a good time, and it's game we got. Gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good show. All right. Before we hit the main topic, or not the main topic, the one prior to the main topic, which is a recap, let's hit David Yonkin up as the batting leadoff in the chat. David Yonkin, what is up? He says, in my opinion, I think every coach should be on the hot seat because they are not earning their salaries. Just my 2 cents worth. What do you think, Spence?
I think you have a point there, but it's early in the season. If we're still feeling this way after week 4, then I'd be concerned. But I'm not concerned right now. While it's the regular season, for these guys, it's still their preseason because, as I'll talk about shortly, we didn't get enough reps together as units.
Yep.
First string units.
Absolutely. David Yonkin says, Spence, quit moving your screen, man.
Hey, you know what? I got to get adjusted here. It's California. It's earthquake weather. You never know when things are going to be shaking a little bit here.
Jack Kenna. Thanks, Jack, for being in the chat as always. Love it. Love it. Love it. Can't wait to have you on the show too on our bye week, week 12. David Yonkin is at David Yonkin says, thank you in regards to the Raiders losing to the Wagoners. Says those Wagoners are tough. Good luck this Sunday. I hope I really do hope the Raiders win. I do. Who are they playing? Forget. Oh yeah, they're playing. Who are the Raiders playing? I have nothing against them. I just don't like the Waggers, and I will continually call them the Waggers because, oh my gosh, speaking of that, dude, you should have seen the golf course today. I swear. Oh my gosh, brand new shirts, brand new hats. I see these guys all the time. They're some of our regulars, and they never wear their Wagoner stuff ever, but when they're winning, oh my gosh, did they come out? That's why I can't stand them, because you don't just wear it when they're winning. You wear it all the time. If you're a real fan, you wear it all the time. Anyway, Big E Bronco, what is up? Says, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing good. I'm just getting wound up right now. I'm just on a. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna.
You passed over our buddy Chewy. Chewy, how you doing?
You got to help me out here, man. When I get on a roll and I start ranting and raving and I start getting on my soapbox, you just got to take over, dude. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna get wound up tonight.
And Chewy, yes, go Raiders! I'm rooting for you guys to go to Washington and beat the Redskins this weekend without Jaden Daniels. I mean, Commanders or whatever.
So David Yonkin. Wait, David, hang on to the end of my show. I may be in agreement with you. He says, I don't have the Broncos winning this week.
Hey, got to give a shout out to my Loyola Marymount co-graduate, Brian. Go Rams. Good to have you jumping into the show, B.
Nice. Love it. But Douglas Cruz says, what the F is earthquake weather?
It's the same as tornado weather. That's what you experience, Madungus. That's earthquake weather.
He doesn't get tornadoes where he's at, I don't think. Does he? In Nebraska, where he's on the west side of Nebraska.
He's in
way
Nebraska.
On the west side. All right. But you're right. You're right. I do have to agree with him. I've never heard of earthquake weather. I've heard of earthquake not lifestyle, or maybe it could. I guess it could be weather. I don't know.
More, David. More.
Me feel like I'm drinking. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Anybody else who want to get to before
Jimin, what's up?
Jimin 819. What is happening, man? Let's see. Anybody else?
Yeah, Jack's asking what part. I'm in Santa Clarita.
He's in Santa Clarita. Oh, by the way, you're going to get more rain coming. It looks like Tuesday. But Douglas, okay, got it. I'm on the east side. You what? And yes, we get tornadoes, but we usually just stand on the porch and watch them. Okay. Hey. If you want to go up in a whirlwind, if you want to go up in a whirlwind, that's all well and good. All well and good. All right. Let's get into the first topic, not the main topic. That's always after the recap of the game from last week. So that game was, there were so many chances the Broncos had to put it away, and they just didn't. So this is the recap of the Broncos losing when they had the game won 28-26, losing 29-28. And we have a topic that talks about that. And this, in my opinion, I'm not going to state it now, but in my opinion, I have something very, very strong to say about what happened. Anyway, Spence, what do you think about that game? Did Denver blow that game? Did Denver have multiple opportunities to win that game? Or was it just a fluke that happened at the end?
Well, here you got to look at it two ways. On the surface, I think the Broncos were just not ready for this game. The defense did not look organized or ready to play. Yes, Indy has come out as gangbusters so far because they had more preseason reps with the first stringers. Daniel Jones was in a quarterback competition, so he played 3 preseason games. So he's up to NFL speed right now. Would you believe that Indianapolis has scored a field goal, mostly field goals, or a touchdown on 14 of 17 offensive series? 14 of 17. That's nearly 82% of their drives. They're getting at least 3 points. They're only drives that they haven't scored anything, 2 turnovers on downs and 1 end of half for a fourth quarter. Their punter hasn't kicked a ball yet this season. So now you get the Broncos. The offense looked a little bit better, looked a little bit more organized, looked a lot more opportunistic. But that defense, now PS2 had an ankle sprain. Boy, did it look worse than we thought watching him running around. I'm going to be honest. When I first saw him, I did not know he had an ankle injury. I thought he was either sick, hungover, or just not ready to play the game. Most of the offense, most of the defensive line weren't getting to Daniel Jones. I think they only sacked him once. Got to give it credit to Indy because it looks like they are 3 or 4 steps ahead of the rest of the league right now because they got more cohesiveness together during the preseason than our Broncos, who only played 5 series altogether. And so we're still getting up to NFL speed. I just think this is a sign that the Broncos were really not ready for this game and that the Colts were more than ready. And we're talking about Daniel Jones. This is Daniel Jones who got ejected by the Giants who just beat the Broncos. I'm not concerned or raising a red flag right now for the Broncos on both sides of the ball. I think if we're still having issues after next week, I might be pushing the red flag a little bit more. If we still have even more issues after we face Philadelphia, might be pushing it even more. Hot seat, no hot seat. I just think these guys were not focused this week, and that's why we lost. Now, that field goal at the end, come on. Now, if we're looking at the letter of the law, the defender touched the center who propped himself up so that he could get touched and hit. By the letter definition of the law, that was kind of a penalty. But if you slow down and you go back and watch the 45-yarder, it was more egregious, our defenders going over the center than on that 60-yard field goal. I think we had an opportunity. The rest took it away from us at the end of the game. But overall, I just don't think we were ready for this game, and that's why we lost.
Yeah. Jack Cannon says Broncos interior defensive tackles got pushed around, and it led to a big running game. Do you know we gave up over 150 rushing yards to the Colts? That's
Taylor,
insane.
165.
That's insane. David Yonka says, Bill and Kona, I don't stay for the whole show because I take meds. That's totally fine, David. We don't expect. I mean, come on, health comes first. Health comes first. All that I ask, and I'm pretty sure that Spence would agree. When you get a chance, just go back and watch the show. It's recorded. You can go on YouTube, look it up, and you can watch the entire show after you've checked out. So I wish you all the best. David, we wish you all the best. Jack Kenneth said, David, keep yourself healthy, my friend. Totally agree.
All right. Yes. Mom with the one-liner. She just said, Broncos have not been ready for 4 years, but they are sure handsome. Okay, Mom, what are you watching? All right.
Hey, this goes back to last year, man. That was hilarious last year. Those texts he was sending, he was absolutely hilarious, man.
Yeah, that's Mom. Hey, Brian, if you want to be part of the show, you text in too. But anybody who's got my phone, I'm not giving it out. Just send an email, send a text, get you involved in the show. But Mom, you're welcome to be a part of the show anytime.
Absolutely. Okay. Before we get that, I know Madungus can blow me up on my phone if I don't bring up his chat. So it said, did you know that Daniel Jones played less in the preseason than Bo Nix? I get your preseason talk only fits Nix and no one else. It doesn't matter. Nix needs to have the time, period. Doesn't matter if Daniel Jones played 15 seconds. Then we're not talking about other players. We're talking about the Broncos. And the Broncos need to have players play at NFL speed, period. And if they don't, the result is what we saw last week. And yes, I know we scored 28 points. I get that. But we lost 29-28. And yes, we lost because of a field goal that was missed by Lutz. Yeah, Klutz, I should say. We missed that field goal. That would have iced the game. I get it. There's a lot of little things that come down to it, but the Broncos all had major penalties too. I think we had 8 penalties for ridiculous amount of yards. And the one that we're going to get into that Spence alluded to was that non-push off. But I'm not going to get to that right now because we got to get into the main topic and move on from there. But it is forthcoming. So hang on, guys. Strap on your football seatbelts because it's going to be a fun and energetic show. Just say it put that way. What's that? My mom is watching big men in tight uniforms.
That's my mom. I mean, that's fine.
David Yonkin, go ahead and answer this one. When was the last time the Broncos could stop the run game? 2015?
Probably like my mom just said, 4 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Agreed. All right. Main topic. Do we have a coordinator already on the hot seat? And we go back to the very first topic, which was David Yonkin saying, in his opinion, every coach should be on the hot seat. Well, let me tell you what. This coach is officially on the hot seat. Here we go. In just 2 weeks into the Broncos season, the special teams coordinator, Darren Rizzi, is on the hot seat. Why? Okay, well, here we go. In week 1 against the Titans, there was a horrible executed return coverage that could have cost the Broncos the win. In the game against the Colts, there was a personal foul on a missed game-winning possible field goal that went wide right. That gave the Colts a 15-yard advantage and another chance, which they made, that won the game 29-28. Now, is that Rizzi's fault? Well, he's the one to put the guy there. Everybody knows you don't put a person over center unless you're going to jump straight up, which he did, and we will get into that. But just based off of what that topic is, should Rizzi be held accountable for the first 2 games? One, the Broncos won, could have lost. Second one, we did lose. Does that fall on the head of Rizzi, or does it fall on the head of Sean Payton, who is trying to protect Rizzi by saying it was really his call?
You know what? I'll go to my earlier point. If we were after the Philadelphia game and we still had these issues after week 4, then I'd be concerned. This is only week 2. Guys are getting used to a new system. They're getting used to a new coach. Yes, we had the preseason, but who knows how many reps, who knows how much time they got together to do all these plays, run all these scenarios, go through this education. That, I will say this, that is probably the biggest takeaway from our loss, is that there's going to be a big education that comes from on all 3 factors. The offensive side, hey, we proved we could score 28 points. But in the 4th quarter, we had a missed field goal and a turnover. Defensively, it didn't seem like we were prepared. Special teams, it seems like they're not yet on the same page. I say yet because you've got to be able to take a learning experience away from a negative. For throwing Rizzi on the hot seat, I'm not ready to do that yet because this is a new system, a new way of running special teams, giving him a break until the end of the month. But you cannot be piling up more of these excuses, more of these breakdowns in coverage, more of these lapses, more of these mistakes. You can't be having them over and over and over. I think this is a learning experience that we're going to see what's going to happen coming in our next 2 games against playoff teams that were very successful. last season. So let's see what happens. Learning experience, because you can't blame everything on when one loss comes up like this.
Go ahead and read that one and then comment.
Do you guys really think that Sean cares if he takes the blame, because nothing will happen to him, but Rizzo could get fired? I think that's an overreaction right now. Just my opinion. It's an overreaction. Here we are 2 games into the season, and the special teams is not together right now. But again, if we're after the Philadelphia game, we're still having issues, then of course, yeah, let's look at it. Oh, Dad popped in and said the Rockies are up 1-0 on the Dodgers. Go Rockies. I mean,
wow.
Go
Rockies.
Dodgers.
I thought they're playing the Giants. They're playing the Giants.
Oh, Angels. Sorry.
Angel. Okay. I was going to say. Okay. Big E Bronco, what is up? He says, I wonder, and this is a good question. Thank you for a good statement. Thank you for putting this up there. I wonder how many people would keep their job if everybody got fired after their very first mistake in Bronco country.
Yeah. It's you know what? It's an overreaction. People trying to create drama. You know what? It's game 2 of a 17-game series, 17-game season. Don't overreact.
Or series.
You know what? It happens. It's a learning education. You take the good with the bad. Rizzi is Sean's boy. It would take a lot for him to be in trouble. Yeah, it would take a great deal.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure who started this rumor, who put him on the hot seat. Let's just say this. If he's on the hot seat, the temperature of the seat is probably at 65 degrees. It's not hot right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Biggie says there wouldn't be a person out there that would be able to keep their job if they didn't make mistakes, wasn't able to make mistakes. I agree. You learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
And you get better. Hopefully you get better at your job by making mistakes because you learn not to do them again. Right.
And that's what these next 2 weeks is going to be demonstrating. Is the special teams able to come? Jimin, are you the one, Jimin, who did the article to put him on the hot seat?
I don't know. Maybe. I did not. Madunga says it was me right after I put Nix on the hot seat because of Stidham. I did not put Nix on the hot seat. All I said was Stidham looked really good in the preseason. Why? Because Nix didn't play in a freaking preseason, doggone. I've been saying that.
By the way, if anybody really wants to have a good time with watching the Broncos game, my mom just said our peach tree just gave birth. We're going to be watching the Broncos game this Sunday with peach margaritas, or by the fourth quarter, we'll cheer, win or lose. Who knows if we'll make it to the fourth quarter after all the margaritas. Peach margaritas.
There you go. Ooh, that sounds good, man. Peach.
Yeah.
So they got peach trees already, huh? Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right. Let's go into the third topic. We got about 12 of them. So let's go into the third
David
topic.
Duncan, who knows?
We're in the Broncos change their name to Denver Saints. Well,
Hey, we're 1-1 and the Saints are 0-2. And I'll tell you this, so far, I've hit 2 survivor picks picking against Miami and the Saints. So giddy up.
Ooh, speaking of that Miami game last night, I could not believe they held their own until that interception. That's what ended the game for them. But if that hadn't happened, you never know.
Buffalo's defense is suspicious. I will say this. And Miami's really disorganized, really discombobulated. Anybody who's in a survivor pool, pick against Miami and New Orleans if they're playing against anyone decent. That'll help you. I was really
shocked that game was close.
I'm going to go out on the limb and I'm going to make a prediction that the Miami coach might be the first one to have the hammer dropped on him this year. Bold prediction, but yes, Miami fought, but boy, they just are a mess right now, and I don't think it's entirely the Miami head coach's fault.
Yeah, no, I would agree. All right, on the heels of the special teams coordinator says, go ahead and read it, man. Put it back up.
No, oh, sorry about that.
Go
Bill
ahead,
and Madungus, after listening to your boys play-by-play, I thought Bo had a bad game. The box score looked pretty good. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I agree, Jack.
But in the end, it just wasn't good enough. All right, on the heels of the hot seat for the special teams coordinator, listen to how that transpired. This comes from the mouth, and I'm going to quote, this comes from the mouth of the center who altered that entire last kick. Here it is. Last week, the Denver Broncos were in position to beat the Colts as the 60-yard field goal was wide right. Then a penalty was called. Colts center Dalton Tucker, who normally lowers his body to give the kicker a straight shot and a view of the goalpost, raised up his body instead and moved forward, thereby causing Broncos special teams player Tillman to put his hand on the back of Tucker. The ref saw the hand and thought Tillman was using leverage to gain height. Colts special teams coordinator said, and I quote, and the coordinator is Brian Mason. Special teams coordinator Brian Mason said, and I quote, if you identify a jumper, which is a person right in front of the center, opposite the center, I should say, on the defensive side, if you identify a jumper, instead of staying down like normal, I instructed him to wise up and step up and punch, in other words, punch, which means come up, punch the jumper, end quote. That's how it happened. They saw that Tillman was on the other side opposite the center, and they used that knowing full well that the kicker had never kicked a 60-yard field goal ever. Never kicked a 60-yard field goal in the NFL and made it. So by coming up, he had no choice but to kick it right because he would have kicked his center in the back of the head. So he kicked it wide right, hoping that the ref would call the freaking penalty, which was never a freaking penalty. He did not push off. He put his hand, he lifted it off and jumped up. He never once pushed, but once the referee saw the hand on the back, out comes a flag. To me, that is cheating. That is wrong. You got to watch the entire play to know exactly what happened. You can't just assume, oh, he had his hand there, and then he jumps up. Watch the hand. Does he keep it on there pressed down, or did he put it on there and come off? He put it on there because the stupid center came up, engaged the hand on the back, and that's what the referee saw and called a flag. To me, that's total mother freaking BS, and I'm done. Finish it off, Spitz.
No, and by the letter of the law, of the rule, the letter of it, was it a foul? By the ethical football standards, no, it was not a foul. And by the way, who initiated the contact in this situation? Was it the defender or was it the offensive guy? It was the offensive guy, which is supposed to nullify the penalty. Mm-hmm. The refs got it wrong. What I was shocked is that there was no apology from the league on miss that call. Oh, by the way, wow, Bronco Billy is hot when he gets angry. That's from my mom. Really, Mom? Mom?
I am. Hey, Spencer's mom, I am very emotional. I'm very passionate, and I wear my emotion on my shirt sleeve. And everybody that has watched the show or even knows me knows my emotions are always on my shirt sleeve. I do not sugarcoat anything. So you are 100% spot on. Thank you for that compliment. I appreciate it.
By the way, Mom, what margarita are you on right now? 2, 3, 4, 5?
Maybe that's part of the reason.
And she said, and so cute. Mom. La, 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 la. Okay. Block, block, block,
Thank
block. You. No, I can't. It's my parents.
You can't block your mom. Hey, you know what? I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Mom said 3 margaritas.
That's why I'm cute. That's the only reason why I'm cute. It's all good, man. It's all good, dude. I like what I really like what Biggie said. Biggie Bronco, he nailed it. That's where he's talking about the penalty. That's where I think plays like that can end games and affect the game like that when it should be under review. I absolutely agree with you 1,000%. I've advocated that forever, saying that on game-changing plays, not in the second quarter, the first quarter, or the third. No, game-changing plays like that one. You have to go back and review. Did he put his hand on it and push down and lift up? Okay, it's a penalty. If you go like this because the guy raised up and you lift your hand up and then jump, that cannot be a penalty. It can't. That's because, like Spence said, the center came up and initiated the contact, thereby forcing the kicker to kick to the right. Otherwise, he's going to kick his center in the back of the head. So I don't see how that in any way, shape, or form could be a penalty. The referees gave that game to the Colts. No other explanation, but they gave that game to the Colts because they saw something that really wasn't there.
The only thing that I'm curious about, as Bronco E. Bill says, 3 Margaritaville Bill.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's all right.
Go ahead.
It's just the new referee assist replay is supposed to be able to re-look at personal fouls. Mm-hmm. Did they even try to look at this? So,
nope, not at all.
Yeah, Jack, I'm there with you. That's a reach. Sorry, Bronco country is divided. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Now, speaking of the defense, which you mentioned earlier, as good as the Broncos defense was in week 1 against the Titans, they were equally bad in week 2 against the Colts. PS2, who shuts down everything, was overmatched and outclassed last week. Surtain did have an ankle injury, but played with it taped up. He was targeted 9 times and gave up 7 catches for 63 yards. Denver Post, Luca Evans noted the catches tied for the most allowed by Surtain in a single game, dating back to his rookie year. Was that ankle injury that severe that it caused him to lose a step on the defenders, or was he already burned, quote, not ankle-wise, already burned because he just somehow couldn't cover the receivers of the Colts? And a second question to that is, go ahead. Second question to that is, if Surtain was not able to keep up with the Colts receivers, how in heaven's name is he going to be able to keep up with the Wagoner's receivers this Sunday?
So there was a few of the plays that I really went back and looked at where the Colts receiver made the catch, where PS2 got picked a few times or was about to be picked and had to make a decision to go around. The big play being that final 14-yard completion to get Indianapolis into position. There was a pick play and PS2 had to go around the guy. I mean, there were a lot of those plays that PS2 was kind of targeted in that aspect. And I think they took advantage of the fact that he was injured. I think this is a one-off and hope that he's better and he's in a better, his ankle heals, but he just did not look right for one reason or another.
But he did not get hurt in the first quarter or the second quarter, and they were still lighting him up.
Because they were setting pick plays that never.
Well, then pick play should be called by the officials. Those should be penalties.
I know, but the officials might have just came from Kansas City to referee this game. All you have to do is go up the freeway there. I think it's the 75 or something like that. So
Jack Hans says, "Wow, PS2, great information. I didn't know that. It must be due to his injury. He is just that good." I agree, but like Spence said, if there's pick plays that the referees aren't calling, I mean, it's out of your hands. That's why deep breath, Bill. I don't want Spence's mom to think I'm going to have a heart attack, but I'm going to have one anyways, maybe.
Big E has a good, I think the Colts are on fire right now. How many passes actually hit the ground for Daniel Jones? How many passes were low and never touched the ground? I mean, they have scored on 14 of 17 possessions so far this year.
Well, I'm glad you didn't let me get all worked up and stuff, because I'm about ready to get worked up on something. But, you know, I've lost that train of thought, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's why I interrupted you.
Hey, Hart, you're okay.
No, geez. Oh,
all right. Let's get into some major injuries across the league, and this affects a lot of teams with franchise quarterbacks and or key players. Listen to the first one, and this one is huge. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow suffered a toe injury. People are like, it's a toe, okay? Stub your toe, whooping. Hold on. A toe injury that was listed as a level 3 injury. This means surgery and will sideline him for 3 to 5 months. The level 3 injury means that it was either a ligament or a tendon tear. Holy smokes. When he went off the field and he could not put any pressure on that leg, on that foot, and had to be carried out by 2 guys on the shoulders, I knew something serious was up. I didn't think it was anywhere near that. What in heaven's name does that do to the Bengals now in the AFC Central when you have the Steelers? Well, they're best. But you have the Ravens. Now the Ravens take center stage. Do they not, Spence?
I think the Ravens had this division from day one. I mean, the Steelers, they're a mess because they've got drama, i.e. Aaron Rodgers. The Bengals don't have a defense, and the Browns are more discombobulated than anything else. So if the Baltimore Ravens don't win that division, it's all on them. I'll say this. I kind of was keeping an eye on that the Bengals-Jaguars game. Browning didn't do that bad. He was 21 for 32 for 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Now he's going to be going out, and let me see. I just forgot right now who the Bengals are facing. They go face your Vikings, who don't have their starting quarterback. So it's a battle of backup there. Too. I think the Bengals are 2-0 right now. They may survive and be in a better situation with Browning as their quarterback. Well, I'm just going to take a quick peek at their schedule. I mean, they got Minnesota, Denver, Detroit, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Well, they may not survive those next 5 games. Those are 5 brutal games.
Yep. Jack Kenneth says, and I agree, that's what we're going down the list here. So many quarterbacks got hurt this week. Just shows how important a good backup is. Amen. Absolutely. No doubt about that. Speaking of the Bengals. Huh?
No, I was saying, are you going to move on to Jaden Daniels?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Because we're still talking about the Bengals. Former Denver Broncos quarterback
Okay.
Brett Rippon has signed with the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, he spent time on their practice squad, but then he was released. Listen to this. After the injury to Burrow, the starting quarterback is expected to be the backup to Jake Browning, who Spence mentioned. Therefore, Rippon then is elevated to the backup role behind Browning. How important, like Jack Kenneth said, is a backup quarterback? Now, do you think that Brett Rippon is able to take the Bengals to the next level should Browning end up with an injury?
No, zero.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
It's just an insurance policy. You got to have someone there who's capable, but you're not going to be depending on Rippon, who couldn't even make it here with the Broncos, to be able to take the Bengals to that next step while Joe Brewer is out trying to heal his toe. I think these next 5 games for the Bengals are going to be their undoing for the season, unfortunately.
All right. Speaking of another quarterback on another team that Spence referenced, second-year quarterback J.J. McCarthy of the Vikings will miss the game Sunday against the Bengals with an ankle injury he suffered in the loss last Sunday against the Falcons. The injury is a high ankle sprain, which can last weeks. High ankle sprain, and will be sidelined and will
Yep, it will.
And will sideline him for 2 to 4 weeks. Carson Wentz is now the Vikings quarterback for the duration till McCarthy can return. Is Carson Wentz adequate to take the Vikings at the level they need to be to win games, or is that just a fill-in?
No, and this is where you want to get a valuable insurance policy or backup quarterback who has the experience, who has the knowledge, who can step in should there be a situation like this. Let's look at, now I have had so many, my mom will and dad will attest to this. I've had so many ankle injuries. I've had my left ankle reconstructed twice because I've rolled it doing low ankle sprains, high ankle sprains, so many ankle sprains. I mean, we ran out of ice one time at the house because I was using it to heal my ankle. So a high ankle sprain, you cannot push off your ankle for at least 3 weeks, at least. So let's look at the Vikings schedule. They've got Cincinnati, backup quarterback. They go to Pittsburgh, who's a mess. They go to Cleveland, who's a mess. Then they have a bye week, and they deal with Philadelphia in 4 weeks. I think if they can make it through with Wentz these next 3 games going 2-1, that's a success for them. But this is why you get a valuable commodity as a backup quarterback who has the experience, the leadership, and the knowledge to succeed in a situation like this. So I am not as concerned about Minnesota from a quarterback perspective.
Let me ask you this. If Carson Wentz in the next 4 games goes 3-1 and has a fantastic showing, and J.J. McCarthy is healthy and comes back, does McCarthy lose his job to Wentz?
If he goes 3-1 and beats, here's going to be the big one, beats Philadelphia after the bye week, then I think McCarthy is going to be the backup.
Yeah, okay. I would have to agree.
Everybody circle that games on October 19th, home against Philadelphia, before they face your Chargers on Thursday night.
My Chargers, holy crap. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of the Vikings, they got another injury to another key player. Minnesota's running back Aaron Jones has been placed on injured reserve following a hamstring injury suffered in the game again against the Falcons. He will be sidelined for a minimum, there it is, 4 weeks, same as J.J. McCarthy. The Vikings have signed running back Cam Akers to fill Jones' spot. What in heaven's name is going on in the NFL in week 2 where all of these key players are dropping like flies? Is it do we go back to the fact that we have one less game of preseason, or is it training? Is it OTAs? Is it no pads for what the heck is going on with all of these key players dropping? I don't get it. I've never seen anything like this, and we still got another one after that.
It's not enough reps. Not enough reps in the preseason. It's the risk reward situation with the preseason. You want to get these guys as many reps as possible, but you don't want to risk them getting hurt or injury. I mean, how many of us have seen Mike Vick, who got his leg snapped in half?
I got something involved.
Oh, I know what's coming. But all of us remember, I think it was preseason game number 2 or number 3, where Mike Vick broke his leg and he was done for the season in that situation. Everybody is thinking that. So it's like, okay, let's be careful in the preseason. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Okay. But then you're not ready to go come game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4.
How many times have you just in life said, hey, I got to be careful here because I don't want to fall. And then you fall because you're not ready, because you're used to doing a certain thing. And then when you don't do it, now it comes a problem. I mean, haven't you done it? I've done it. I've gotten up going, oh, I don't want to step this way. If I step that, boom. And then I do and I fall because I'm not doing the thing I normally do. And I think you nailed it, Spence. It's the fact that they're not doing the things that they're used to doing. They're not used to doing.
I'll give you an example. And I've played beach volleyball for over 40 years of my life. And I've gone out there, been aggressive, just play, but play. I always stretch. I always get loose. Yes, I'm dealing with a nagging hip and back, but I don't let that affect me. And I just go out there and go and go and go. And you've just got to take care of your body, but you got to make sure you do it smartly. Stretching, doing therapy. I've got 3 foam rollers here in the bedroom. I'm on them. I sit down for a living reading contracts almost all day. I've got every hour, I've got my phone that goes off, go down and stretching. It's how you take care of your body and how you remain healthy and not doing those extracurricular activities or anything else that get you in trouble.
That was a good one, man. Oh, by the way, we haven't seen Rudy, so you just filled in for him. Rodney Garcia, what is up? Said, what's up, guys? Just got done with the gym. Glad you joined the show, man. Glad you joined the show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Good taking care of your body. I will take this next one from Joe Brewer.
Hang on a second before you do. Spence has been doing his exercises like this.
Oh, yes. Yes. You got to get those forearms going, got to get that, that shoulder blade. It's all in the wrist here. It's all in the wrist. Okay. Got to do it. You got to have 2 glasses so you can do one with one arm, one with the other. That's how you keep the pectoral muscles going. That's how you keep the jaw going, keep the shoulders loose and everything like that.
2 glasses. My other pair of glasses in the. Oh, you didn't mean these glasses. Oh, God. Okay. All right, go on. Right. You're gonna read something.
Yeah, Joe Brewer. Joe, good to have you popping in. Bill, tell the mother-in-law no date after the game. Have a cold, won't get sick, so get weak. She should be ready for her hip to break after our date once I'm feeling better.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's funny you bring that up. It's funny you bring that up, Joe. She hasn't been feeling well herself, so I'm not sure if it was a long distance thing that came through the microphone last week when we did the neighborhood or the show or whatever that said get ready for the date. But Yeah, she's not feeling well either. So, all right, I'll pass that on, but I do appreciate it. Okay. Happy Friday, guys. Awesome show, bro. Thank you so much, Rodney. I mean, seriously, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, tell your friends, your family, your enemies, your coworkers, whatever. Tell your animals, tell your dogs to check us out. We welcome everybody.
Amen.
Even 4-legged or 2-legged. We don't care. Anyways, thanks a lot. I'm being facetious, I know, but I really do appreciate you guys being in chat. We really, really do. Otherwise, there's no purpose and no reason for even doing this show. But we do it because we appreciate you guys. We love it when we see you guys in the chat, and we love engaging with your comments. And we love what we do. So that's the bottom line. All right. We are down to we're getting close. We're getting close. All right. The Washington Redskins, Commanders, another injury. Quarterback Jaden Daniels suffered a knee sprain in last week's game against the Packers. Daniels' knee was wrapped after the game. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler said, and I quote, "The sprain isn't guaranteed to keep Daniels out of the Raiders game this Sunday, but there is a very strong chance he will miss it," end quote. What do you think about all of these quarterbacks? We got 3 quarterbacks down now. Joe Burrow, J.J. McCarthy, and Jane Daniels. All franchise quarterbacks down after week 2. Again, I know you're going to go back to the preseason and all that, which is well and good. But what do you think is really the cause of this? Is it the turf? Is it the conditioning? Is it the defensive players that are just getting bigger and hitting harder? I really don't have an answer. I really don't have an answer. But I have never seen a season in week 2 ever before where 3 franchise quarterbacks and a franchise running back on the Vikings has gone down in the second week.
I think you made the point I was going to do. As we evolve as a society, these players are getting bigger, stronger, faster. So anybody who knows physics, but momentum times acceleration equals the body cannot handle all the abuse and all the contact. And you know what? It happens. This football is a violent, very, very violent sport, and it's not able for the body to adjust to. So you've got to be put into a situation where you can succeed. I feel turf plays a vital role. It could, yeah, it's possible.
That's Rodney. Rodney Garcia said it could be the turf. Joe Burrow said Daniel's issues might be his slender build. Burrow is a horrible O-line. You agree?
Yeah, and I will say this, and Jack, you might be interested. Before Daniels was ruled out of this game, I thought, okay, the Raiders, they're going to go to Washington. They'll play hard. They'll compete, but I don't think they'll do it. Now, because if it is Sam Hartman who I think is coming in to play for the Commanders, Jack, I'm giving you guys a shot. I'm not sure what the spread is. In fact, I'll do a quick check on the spread. Washington favored by 3. I will take the Raiders in 3 points. And because I think the Raiders. Yeah, I think the Raiders.
Is that in Washington?
It is in Washington.
Well, that's a 3-hour difference for the Raiders.
Yeah, it's 3 hours for me to sing 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around, and keep it with you to drink 98 more.
You know, I knew when we changed the name, but it's all fun. It's all fun.
No,
you guys understand. You guys understand it's a double meaning, right? Well, the water cooler buzz, the Bronco buzz, and certain people on the show. So it's okay. It's okay. It's a very, very fun show. I love doing the show. Spence is an outstanding co-host. He keeps me kind of calm. Tries to. But yeah, no, Spence is fantastic. Marcus Mariota, Jack Henry said Marcus Mariota is a backup who hasn't started a game since week 13 and 20. What? Since 2022?
He's not. He's the Commander's backup.
Wow. Hasn't started a game since 2022? That's like 2.5 years, dude. That's insane. Uh-oh. Biggie says, he says, I'm out. I think Spence has had one too many in the 99.
No, not yet. I got to catch up.
There you go. Jack Kenneth says, yes, he's a backup to the Redskins. I mean Commanders. There you go. Marcus Mariota. Holy smokes, man. Since 22? That is crazy, dude. How in heaven's name is he even going to be ready under any system that he plays in? I mean, good gosh, that's crazy. All right. Listen to this, guys. This. I'm going to put this out there for each and every one of you in the chat, as well as Spence. Spence, in your line of work, or any line of work, anybody out there in the line of work, tell me if you would do this, if this situation were to pose its ugly face in your job. No, Jack is agreeing with me, Spence, is way too many in 299. Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you what happened here.
Do it.
You tell me if you would do the same thing if the same situation happened in your career. Here we go. The Kansas City Chiefs public address announcer has abruptly quit after 16 seasons after a disagreement with the team. The Chiefs announcer, Dale Carter, has been saying the quote phrase, and I quote, "It's third down," end quote, as his signature call. However, the Chiefs production team wants to bring in a different PA guy to do a more upbeat third down call, to which Carter said the Chiefs have now crossed the line. I quote from Carter, "It's just time to close that chapter and say goodbye," end quote. Would you agree that if somebody did that to you in your line of business, anybody in the chat, as well as myself, if that were to happen, I know me personally, I know that a lot of you guys are not retired like I am, partially working part-time at the golf course. But if that happened at the golf course, I would definitely say, okay, enough's enough. You're not going to have somebody else do it the way I've been doing it for 6 years. So if that were to happen, I'd say, okay, see ya. The point is, do you side with this guy? Do you feel for this guy? Or do you say he was way out of line and it probably just should have sucked it up and said, okay, whatever?
No, you want to know something? I actually agree with this guy, because look at the success Kansas City has had. Look at the momentum they've had. They had a PA announcer who's gotten the crowd riled up. And just because some production guy wants there to see a more emotion, a different attitude, a different tone, that you're going to call out the PA announcer? I mean, who knows the rhythm or the feeling of the audience and the crowd more than a PA announcer? That's his job, is to understand the crowd, is to understand the audience, is to chime in at the right time. And here's some production guy who probably that hasn't been in the job for so long is trying to tell this guy how to do it. Go
ahead and read it from Joe Brewer. He nailed it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Was the new PA guy for the Queefs someone's friend or son who may be cheaper? So the PR team went with it. Yes. I was going to get to that.
Cheaper and easier to control. Absolutely.
I'll give you credit for that. Agree. I mean, someone who's had 16 years of service, who has been, This is a guy who has dedicated and worked his job. He's worked his butt, and someone wanted someone else to get in and took the avenue to get this guy out of there. I mean, you want to know something? We all hate the Chiefs already. Yes, we're supposed to be respectful of them, and my daughter's going to come in here and smack me because she loves the Chiefs. But when you have something that is going good and is going rhythmically and is supported by the audience and everybody else, why mess with it? Why change it? Why try to change the attitude? It's gonna. You want to know something? Karma is a woo woo woo. I'm not saying the word because my mom's watching the show, but
Madungus nailed it. That's like someone saying, "Oh, you're doing the incomplete chant," which the Bronco fans do. To be emotional, we want to pull it back. I would quit too. I agree.
I agree.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
just you have something that is going good. You have something that is
and the fans love it. The fans in Cincinnati are outraged. They're outraged that this guy quit.
It's part of the culture. It is part of the team dynamic, and you're going to mess with that. You want to know something? Team ownership has gotten a lot of praise and a lot of accolades for what they've been accomplished the past 10 years. This is not going to be a good end to the situation. And I'm looking to see who Kansas City plays this week, because I might make a if they're at home, I might be betting against Kansas City this week.
Why is that?
Because you want to know what? Karma is a you-know-what.
Well, there you go. Jack Kennedy said Spence. I was just going to say karma. You beat me to it.
Amen to that.
Well,
let's see. Who do the Chefs play this week? Or are they off? Oh, the Chefs are in New York. Okay, let's see.
Playing who? The Jets?
No, the Giants. I'll tell you this. I'll say this.
They're not going to lose to the Giants.
They're not going to lose, but I bet you anything the Giants might cover. That's Russell spread? Wilson for you. He won't win the game, but he'll find a way to cover the spread as an underdog.
Or cover his ass. I'm sorry. Anyways, all right. Are we going to get in the first of two, not two jackasses, two similar things? Oh, we got one we got both of these could be jackass, to tell you the truth. Both of these could be good jackass. But we're going to get into this week's jackass of the week.
You suck, you jackass.
This one bothers me because it comes from authority, meaning a head coach or an owner or somebody above the players, or even a player who's not even on the team, but is covering for someone. All right, let me just get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
Chiefs head coach defended his players, and mainly Travis Kelce, for wearing t-shirts that said, and I quote, "Free number 4."
Yeah.
Oh, fudge. Who's number 4? Hang on. To support suspended wide receiver Rashee Rice. In case you've forgotten, Rice was suspended following an involvement in a deadly multi-car crash in Dallas last year. He was racing another car at high speeds and injured several people, as well as deadly. Head coach Andy Reid said, and I quote, this is damaging, guys. This is damaging. "I stand behind my players and their intentions to support a teammate, not to make a protest against the NFL or condone Rice's actions. B frickin' S." That was my part. But I say, end quote, BS. He is defending them wearing it. He's defending everything they did. But it's sugar-coated because he said, well, we're not going to we're not doing it against the NFL, and we're not really condoning Rice's actions. Well, yes, you are, because you're allowing them to support something that is wrong. Let me continue. Reese also said, and I quote, "The shirts were simply a way for the players to show their love and support for Rice." End quote. Hold on.
You know what?
Bull crap. That's not even true. I totally disagree.
You want to know something? What are you telling your teammates or your culture or your camaraderie when you're allowing a guy who committed a crime, committed a felony? It's okay. We'll take you back. What you're doing is you're telling them your talent is more important than doing the right thing and being a law-abiding citizen. If this guy was on the Broncos, management, ownership would have had him ejected 5 minutes after he got arrested. This is the problem with the Chiefs right now, is you're making choices that is not good for the culture of the team. It's not good for building camaraderie. And when you're choosing a felon over football, or no, you're choosing a felon's football ability over what's right. I mean, we're not supposed to get political here, but I'm seriously, I respect Andy Reid, but he's wrong on this issue, big time. The right coach would just tell Rice, look, you made a bad choice. You're either suspended for X, Y, Z, go figure it out, or you're gone.
Yep.
But to
now, I'm going to bring in. I was going to bring in Bill Belichick. Now, this wasn't a crime off the field, but remember Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl with the Patriots? I forget what it was, but he made a blunders play. He fumbled the ball as a punt, and he fumbled it, and the other team got it and went down and won the game. I don't know. I think it was a Super Bowl. No, it's a regular season game. He kicked him off the team because he made a mistake. That's how you deal with. Now, that was a football play. This is a life-changing play for people who were killed and injured. Seriously, he was speeding over 120 miles an hour, racing a guy on a freeway in Dallas. And he was arrested. He was prosecuted. He was suspended from the NFL. And Andy Reid is going to allow his players to wear free number 4? Yeah, seriously?
What are you telling your teammates? What are you telling people? It's okay that you do something wrong. It's okay that you commit a felony. It's okay that you put people in life danger outside of football. You've got football talent, and we care more about that than doing the right thing. You know what?
Comes down to this, buddy. Comes down to money.
Comes down to the machismo.
Yep. I was thoroughly disgusted with that. I saw that, and I said, you know what? I cannot pass this up. Look at Henry Ruggs and killing a person in drinking and driving. Another is Dante Stallworth. Absolutely a stalwart. Absolutely, Jack. I totally agree. I'm not in the chat part, so thanks for bringing that up. You can take it down, whatever. But no, I totally agree with that. You cannot allow, just because they have talent and just because they think their crap doesn't stink and they're invincible, is wrong. Everybody is subject to the law of the land, period. And you cannot, just because you have a talent in sports that brings in multi-million dollars for owners, doesn't mean you're above the law. It doesn't. These guys think they are, but they're not. And the bottom line is, until these owners, until these coaches get and wrap it around their head that they are not above the law, things like this happen. Didn't Andy Reid have a son that got drunk one and did something stupid and whatnot, and he covered him up? I mean, Joe Brewer said, not a shocker given Reid's son. There we go. Given Reid's son's issues, apples don't fall from the tree with his players. And if Rice was on any other team, he would be gone until the commissioner brings it back. absolutely 1000%, Joe. You nailed it. You get the
gold star of the
comment.
day.
Yep, you get the absolute comment of the day. You nailed it, dude. That was absolutely special.
But what does
Perfect,
this tell the rest of the team? Hey, it's
what
okay.
What does it tell the league?
It tells the league that Kansas City's overlooking. They're overlooking any kind of lawlessness. That talent takes precedence over lawlessness, and that's not acceptable at all.
No, it's not. It's not
any case.
Nope, not acceptable at all. And for that, I hope the Kansas City Chiefs end up in the cellar of the AFC freaking West. Hope they lose every freaking game. Every freaking game. All right, we're going to jump out of this one. We're going to jump into another one that could be Jackass of the Week, but here we go. We're going to X out of here, and we're going to go into a different topic. Here we go.
You suck, you jackass.
All right, this one we have titled, Did I Do That? Yeah, this guy did it. Here it is. Here is this week's Did I Do That?
Did I do that?
All right. Now, I know he's on the phone, but I have a question real quick. All right. Is Kyler Murray still playing?
Allegedly, yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. Kyler Murray is in some very hot water over a picture he posted on social media that has gone viral. It shows Murray wearing a Michael Vick Virginia Tech jersey with a pit bull.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, in case you don't remember, Michael Vick was indicted for a dog fighting ring that over 70 dogs, some of them and most of them injured, were seized by authorities. Murray has I'm sorry. Murray has apologized and has taken down the post. Oh, so that makes it okay. In case you guys haven't seen it, there it is.
Oh,
hang on. Not done.
No.
Is that clear for you guys?
That's good. It shows him wearing number 7 with a pit bull.
Oh.
Wrong.
The name Vic. And he's got a pit bull in front of him. So, my question to you is, Spence, and everybody in the chat, I'm going back to the comments real quick. Everybody in the chat, what is wrong with those pictures? Seriously, what is wrong with those? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Is that okay? Is that okay? Because I didn't mean it. Yes, you did mean it. You did. You set it up for a reason. And now I can have a pit bull. I don't have one. I wouldn't want one. But if I had one, I don't own a Michael Vick jersey. I never would. I'd wear a John Elway one, and it would say Elway on the back. Why in heaven's name would you ever do that and post it on social media unless you wanted a reaction? Guess what, Murray? You got a reaction. You got a reaction across the board, but not only that, you got a reaction from this guy and that guy. Take it, Spence.
No, I'm just going to say this. Kyler Murray, not a smart guy. Now, he's probably a Michael Vick supporter, and he's probably a dog lover, but to put the two together, I don't think he's not been able to put a pass together or a good game together. Putting 2 and 2 together, not a good situation here. If he wholeheartedly knew what he was doing, I hope he's out of the league at the end of this season. I'm going to give him.
How would he not know what he was doing?
Because he's got.
Okay.
This is not.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then go ahead and read this because Joe Brewer is right up your alley. Go ahead and read it.
Right. The Vic jersey would be fine, but he went a step too far. Guess he has not have a part of his brain that screams mistake before he does something stupid. Most people would put 2 and 2 together. Like I said, I mean, putting Vic together with dogs, you don't want to do this. Kyler Murray, geez, I cannot talk today. Kyler Murray, you are a jackass, and you're going to learn from it. But you're going to unfortunately go through a
Jackass
Murray is
wow,
a jackass, not worthy of mine.
Yep, I agree.
Next topic.
No, it wasn't funny.
No, it was not.
No, I know he probably meant it. Maybe funny. You know.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I'm sorry. This is first. D-Rock. My favorite Murray is Bill Murray, not Kyle.
Come on, man. But then
so good, dude.
This is a good one, Joe Brewer. Murray is also the one that got called out for playing video games instead of studying the playbook. Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's why you're not going to see the Arizona Cardinals doing much of anything this year.
I did read that, Jim in 819. I did read that Vic did his time. He's changed his life around. He's working with players. He's anti-dog fighting. He's anti-dog abuse. I understand that. The point I was trying to making wasn't on Michael Vick. The point I was trying to make, I should say, was on Kyler Murray for doing something that was totally stupid. You don't go down that road. You don't go down that road once a person like Michael Vick did turn his life around and did serve his time and did change his way of life when it involves animals and dogs. That is the point I was trying to make. But you're right. You know, he's interviewing people. He's doing the right thing. But Kyler Murray didn't do the right thing. It was stupid. He may have tried to be funny, but you know what? Sometimes when you do things that are funny, it's not funny. And that wasn't funny. Good segue, dude. I like that. That was good. All right. Everybody out there, 100, an hour and 17 minutes into the show, we are at the last topic. Look what it says. Well, I can't show you the final score yet.
Oh.
Okay. So we are at the last topic, guys. It is now time to fast forward to Sunday. Broncos at the Wagoners. And I don't care what you guys say. It's going to be the Wagoners as long as I ever talk about them. Because, in case you guys missed the beginning of the show, at the golf course today, I saw more brand new collared shirts, brand new hats, brand new golf covers that were the Chargers. And there are regular. They're some of our regulars. And I'm like, hey, I haven't seen that on your golf club. I haven't seen you wear that. Oh, well, because we're 2-0. What? No. You see this back here? I've been a Cub fan since 1973, and they won the World Series in 2016. I've been a fan ever since. See what I'm wearing? We made the playoffs. I wear it all the time. You've seen me wear it many times. I had that flag up at the beginning of the season. That's what I do. That's right. See the Avalanche? They didn't make the playoffs. I mean, they made the playoffs, but they didn't go anywhere last year. Still there. Why? Because I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm getting worked up because I'm sick and freaking tired of Wagoners jumping on when they win, and then you see nothing about it when they're losing. Okay? Now, before we get into the final score, Spence, I'm going to turn over to you. What do you think is going to happen this Sunday?
So I had early in the season when we were predicting our forecast for the record, I had predicted that this would be a loss for the Broncos because they have lost 4 out of the last 5 games going to play against the Chargers. I am going to change that right now because I think the entire team is really angry after their play in Indianapolis. And I think they're going to come out steaming hot, angry, ready to get revenge for your team, Jack, losing to the Chargers. Final score, Denver Broncos 30, Chargers 27.
I have to go to this real quick because it's ironic for one reason. Joe Brewer says Bill is going to pick the Wagoners to win, given the fact he's a closet Bolts fan.
Almost done.
I'm not a closet Bolts fan. I never have liked them. Contrary to what you guys may think and say and feel, all my hey Anna, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're going to be off here pretty quick. So
Oh no, I just walked in from work, so take your time.
So make your prediction
how you-
for the Broncos Chargers game. Who's going to win this week?
When is it?
It's Sunday.
Okay. Who won their games last week? Broncos or Chargers?
The Chargers
Broncos
won,
lost.
the Broncos did not.
Okay. What was the spread for how much did the Chargers win by?
They won quite a bit. They won.
Okay. Who'd they play?
I forget.
The Raiders. They played the
And
Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders.
And how's
that's
their
right.
track record looking?
Oh, just make a
Raiders
prediction.
are-
And who did the Broncos play?
The Broncos got ripped
The
off
Colts.
by the Colts.
By how much?
1 point.
I'm going for the Broncos.
Who-
Broncos. No, wait.
I think that but how much did the Broncos lose by?
1 point.
1
Okay,
point.
and how much did the Raiders lose by?
think it was 10 or-
20 something to 9, I think it was.
Oh,
Hang on.
sorry,
Hang
the
on.
Chargers.
What? Okay, you're off the show. You're off the show.
I mean, I'd like to see the Broncos win, but with that kind of,
Spread.
Broncos are going to win.
I don't know. I mean, everything's up in the air. The season just with that, I don't know.
Who
It's
you,
going to be a good game.
Sassy and Pop Pop are watching
Oh,
right
tell them
now.
hi.
Jojo,
It's
who
going to
you,
be a good game.
who you,
But
who
I
you
may say the
predicting?
Chargers.
Anna, always great to see you. I hope you
Me
had a
too.
great
I
day.
just walked in from work, so I'm going to go and settle in.
All right,
Broncos.
you got to give your prediction. What's
Broncos.
the score going to be?
I think the Chargers.
21 to
Tell the camera.
21 to 18.
Yeah.
21-18 Broncos. Okay, she's predicting the Broncos are going to win by 3 points.
It's going to be a good game. Where are
Okay.
they playing?
All right.
in here in LA.
Right.
No, oh, she just said the Chargers are going to spank them, and she spanked her butt.
Ooh, that means she wants you to spank her butt. Did I say that? Jack Cannon said Chargers have more fair weather fans, probably tripled the fan base in 2 weeks. Not my co-host in DZ or DC. What on the not my co-host on the Wild Wild West show. Okay. So that being said, Madonna says 30-9, not going to happen. No freaking way. There's no way that's going to happen.
What, you're going with your Chargers?
Not my Chargers. I'm just going honestly. The Broncos looked really good defensive wise against the Titans. They looked really good offensive wise against the Colts. The defense let them down and special teams let them down. Kicking, field goal kicking, penalty wise, and that stupid phantom referee call who's probably a freaking Colt fan. All that went against them. The Broncos still had a chance to win that game against the Colts team. What scares me is the fact that the Broncos defense could not cover the receivers, could not stop the run. The Chargers against the Raiders, and I'm not saying the Raiders have the best defense in the league, but when the Broncos are touted arguably touted as one of the best, if not the best, AFC defense in the league, and look like crap against the Colts. How is that going to look against the Wagoners? How's that going to look? People are going, Wagoners? Who the hell? Yeah, jump on the wagon, jump off. You know who I'm talking about. So if they're going to look like that against the Colts, how in heaven's name are they going to look against the Wagoners on Sunday? Better or worse? What do you say, Spence? Better or worse?
I think they lessons learned from this week. They're going to be more prepared. This is a division game, and it's more pressing for them right now. Their pressure is on them. They got exposed in Indy for several things on the defensive front. The offense took a step forward, so I give them credit there, but a very critical interception thrown by Bo Nix there in the fourth quarter. You can't be doing that in the fourth quarter. The special teams are going to learn from it. I'm still calling 30-27 Broncos. What do you say is the score?
All right. Well, first, before I get to mine, Jack Kenneth says he called the game 23-19 Wagoners. Richie has a 27-17 Wagoners. And the Charger host has Denver 24-17. I'm not anywhere near 17, but I'm closer to 27. In fact, I'm on 27. 27-23 Wagoners. Why? Because I don't see the Broncos able to cover the wide receivers. I know all you guys are saying, see, I told you the Charger. I know he's a fan. I knew it. He's coming out of the closet. Say what you freaking want. I don't care. I don't care. It's water off my Bronco back. It doesn't matter to me. I call it like it is. I called the Broncos beating the Colts last week, and they lost. I'm going with the opposite action, hoping that the negative side will get the Broncos a win. That's all I'm saying, guys. Do I really believe it? No, but I have to say it because I'm trying to move the pendulum away from the negative side and put it back to the positive side. You know, yeah. Anyways, that's the reason why I picked him. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm absolutely 1,000% hoping I'm wrong. If you guys think that I'm a Wagoner fan, so be it. I can't change your opinion. All you got to do is look right back there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you guys think. I appreciate what you think. I love the interaction. It's fantastic each and every week. All right, Spence, before we wrap it up, go down the list and we'll thank each and every one of them for being in the chat, and then we'll check out of here, and you can get back to your lovely wife.
Amen. So, David Yonkin, thank you for checking in. And very early, David Yonkin, thank you so much. Chewy, thank you for checking in. Haven't heard from you in a while. Appreciate your comments. Jack Kenna, can't wait to have you on the show going beer for beer, topic for topic. It's going to be a lot of fun. Big E Bronco.
It's going to be a crazy show, guys.
Amen. Big E Bronco, thank you for your inputs and everything. I can't pronounce it. My Loyola Marymount buddy, Brian Dreyfus, thank you so much for being a part of the show, jumping in. If you guys ever need an awesome attorney, let me know. I'll get you to Brian. He's an incredible attorney. Jimin, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Appreciate your comments. Rodney Garcia, thank you very much for being a part of the show. Really appreciate it. Joe Brewer. Yeah, we're still trying to get you guys set up with you and Bill's mother-in-law. We'll make it happen. It'll work out. We'll figure a way. D-Rod, good to see you. Good to have you part of the show. Oh, no, Rudy didn't come in today.
Rudy did not come in.
But I got to say the last two shout-outs to two very special people in my life. Mom and Dad, thank you for the text. Mom, what margarita are you on right now? She's probably on number 5.
I was just going to say probably 5. Because she said I was cute at 3, so I don't know what that means.
La, 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 la. And I
I'm
think on
just saying, I heard it. I'm gonna screen capture that.
that,
Show it and just show it to my wife.
I'll share the text with you. And on that one, you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the Bronco victory on Sunday. Stay tuned for the neighborhood hosted by Bill and Medungus. Bill, take us away for the weekend.
Guys, have a fantastic weekend. Summer is almost over. I know a lot of you are not ready for that. I know I'm not. A lot of you are. We're getting into the holiday season. Football is in full swing. Broncos and Wagoners this Sunday, 1:05 Pacific time. We will be here for the Broncos neighborhood. Spence and I will be here next Friday, recapping that game with all other new topics. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday night. We will see you next week, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Till then, guys, have a fantastic rest of your night, rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast's racking up the flame out.